So now we're talking about color, right? And man, I'm not afraid to go down that wormhole, you know, and go after and sort of try new stuff all the time. In the so let's, Elliot, go grab that poster. Yep. All right. Okay, so here's the deal. Oh, I should get it right here. So here's 666 logos I made of every shape and size and whatever. And, you know, lots of different color. And sometimes it's spectrum color. Sometimes it's weird, subdued stuff. Sometimes it's real earthy. But what was appropriate for that, you know, that piece or that little mark? Well, it's the spirit of the project that guided it. And how do you find that stuff? I mean, just look around my shop, man. Just go look at a record store and see all the new stuff that's coming out just on the new, you know, on the new releases wall. You'll see so many new little colors that way, right? Or go junking, or shit, just go over the web, collect stuff, and then go sample it, and then tune all those numbers accordingly into your little swatch patterns. You know, you have to kind of be surprised sometimes. You can go into some of these cool little color aggregators, Kueller and all that kind of shit, but man, sometimes it's predictable, you know? So you kind of have to learn to be surprised. You'll also see some pretty rudimentary stuff in here too. And I call those bucket colors, because listen, when you go to like a screen printing shop, a bucket color is like, I want white, I want black, I want red, I want blue, I want yellow, right? There's just sort of a bucket of red. You take a glop of that shit and put it on a screen and screen that. That's bucket red. And I also, if it's appropriate, I love working within those restraints, because sometimes that's some of the most refreshing limitations, right? When you get to, you know, 500 million different colors in that damn swatch book, right, I get it. But it's also, if it's appropriate and your brand is about being frugal, then learn how to use those bucket colors, because that's what's appropriate for the, you know, for your budget and appropriate for getting you in and out of the job. And yet, in the end, how the design feels in your hand, a one color thing on some newsprint, it was affordable, and it was bucket blue on just shitty old newsprint. That's what it called for, you know? And that's, I don't know, it's a weird leap to sort of like de-invent this stuff. So, you know, learn how to work, like always ask, what's my cheapest way in and out of this project, right? Always ask that, because that might be refreshing. And that might be the thing that no one asked about, because they wanted to get foils and fucking things and UVs and rehubulators and fucking flaps and folds and shit and, you know, creases and stuff. You didn't need any of that stuff. So always ask and start at the bottom, because in my life, sometimes it's all we have. So let's go plop this shit on a t-shirt, right? And let's get some color going here. Because here's the deal. In my life, I've just realized that like when you work and you show stuff, you want to show stuff in context, okay? And when we go and we say, all right, you know, it's one thing to say, well, that looks pretty good on this nice big old PDF. But for my cousin Brian, who might wear this t-shirt, if I was to present it to everybody and say, hey, we made this Draplin family t-shirt crest, you know, I would want him, you know, to sort of look at it and say, oh yeah, that feels like us. So what might that be? I don't know. Like, let's just go and say, Polish family crest. Well, what are we seeing? We're seeing a lot of yellows. We're seeing a lot of reds. Of course, Polish family, you know, like Polish, you know, the whole, remember the Solidarity? Was it Solidarność or something like that? Was that classic scary, you know, like Lech Wałęsa, was it? You know, the classic, like scary, incredible, like freedom, you know, march, you know, like Polish, you know, fighting for their freedom thing, stand up to communism. Look at that. So there's some heritage there. It's kind of scary, but there's some heritage. So what we want to do is we're just going to go real fast here. And just for the sake of like, just to show you, let's just go make a red, yellow, and white version, okay? Polish pride, you know. My dad used to say, how come all the Polish people end their names in ski? And it's because no one could spell toboggan. That's a little joke. Don't take that the wrong way. Okay, now watch. We're just going to take this thing right here. We're just going to go plop it on there. But you're going to see a couple issues real quick. So because we built it the way we built it, now we're going to go through and we're going to have to tune this thing accordingly, okay? So group it, and let's start just picking apart some of the color. So let's, you know, plop a little bit of white. Let's go give this stuff some yellow. So do that and get that thing yellow. And let's go put a nice red outline on this guy right here. Okay, let's fill that thing with a white. Let's put this guy at a cool little red. Let's give this guy a nice little yellow. Now let's go whipping in there, and let's make sure that these guys are all proper colors. So let's get rid of all the fills. You can bust that out to an outline shape now. Make this all one color here, and let's just call that white. Let's go mess with our pierogi, and here's a quick way to do it. Quick way to do it is to go through here and just grab just your pierogi, so you can go back to the white. And now just do a quick little flip. So let's try it like this. Let's just go back here and let's make this white. And let's get rid of what that inside is. And go give those guys a little, oops. And you can quickly see with a couple little steps, are you kidding me? We got ourselves a t-shirt, right? You know, you can see everyone wearing that, hanging out, whatever. You know what I mean? As you step back and you kind of say, well, what do we want people to see? The could go a little bit mellower, you know. And, you know, you got ourselves a little cool t-shirt. That quick, that fast. That's us. That's all ours, you know. And, you know, you have to understand something that, like, I went and looked at a little bit of Polish reference, right? The flags and the crests and stuff. But you have to understand that, like, you can see color anywhere, right? And find quick, incredible little inspiration that kind of punches you in the face. And I'll just show you how I do it, okay? I'll go look at my Flickr. I've been taking photos of dead stuff for years and years and years. And I'm just going shopping for some interesting, you know, sort of colorways, right? So I'm looking at my Flickr here, and I'm just gonna go click on something. Let's just go find something. I don't know, here we are, a fine Saturday of junking. And I'm looking here, and I'm looking here, and I'm gonna say, you know, let me see, you know, I'm looking, and I kind of go, ooh, you know, there might be something happening, you know, let me see here, you know, Rick, even just right here, you know, and kind of go, okay, here's a photo. I'm gonna say we got hot nuts. Great, you know, who doesn't like some hot nuts, right? And then take this thing and take a quick little screen grab, bring this back over here, plop that thing in your document, and now let's color up some stuff. So we're just quickly gonna do this. And here's how you're gonna do it. So don't spend a lot of time on this. Remember, this is meant to be fast and fun and weird and whatever, right? So let's just do it that way. Okay, we're gonna lock all that stuff in the back, and then we're gonna bring this guy down here. Okay, we'll go. Now watch this. Take your little eyedropper, and go grab that little maroon. Let's put that on there. So it's kind of a little bit too maroon, but the idea is we just want a good maroon, right? Right? And we're just drafting off over here. Okay, and now let's go through here and say, okay, now remember we got to clean all this stuff out. So let's make that little maroon something that we can get to. So there it is, right? Now watch, make it global in a little colorway. And now just go and like trick this thing. So we want that thing to feel like it's a maroon background. So we got to get all those little outlines that were red there. Maroon, okay. This little guy will go quickly maroon. Now let's start coloring this thing. So let's go grab a color from here, from that orange. Pull that orange over into here. Cool. Make it global. Okay. And let's go quickly. Now remember, what was that trick? Select everything except for what you're working on. So let's do a big old Command A. It selects everything on the whole artboard. Lock all that stuff. And now go through and try to like just quickly get to these guys. So if you go like this and you say, select same fill color, and then we're going to say, okay, we're going to hit that orange. Okay, let's go make this thing let's make that orange. Okay, now just stop. Just stop. Because it's kind of like, damn, that's feeling pretty good too, just like that. A maroon with a little hit of orange. Okay, let's just pull this guy to the side before you go too far, right? And we'll go back in there real quick. Now go grab that yellow real quick. Pull that over into here. Make it global. I'll show you why in a second. And now go, all the white stuff now, go and fill that with that yellow. So let's just quickly go grab, I'm going a little too quick. Now go in there and get all these guys. So that was all the yellow right here. This is, let's see. So that's all yellow. And then these guys are all yellow. Go over Command Y over to your outline mode. You can quickly grab stuff without grabbing backgrounds and whatever. And then let's just make all this stuff the yellow. Now you can see it doesn't quite work there as well, right? Right? You're seeing that? So that's why now, when you step back, it's like, damn, that's not that bad. But the yellow's a little weird, so maybe it needs to go a little brighter. So you go over here, keep your preview on, and you can mess around with it. Ooh, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Okay, done. I guess the idea is you could quickly get around and quickly make quick color decisions, all just based on that simple geometry there, right? So, you know, where should we go and look? Because here's the deal. Not only did I make, you know, this little drapping one, but I also made this. You know, I made a little chicken, little Polish chicken, or Polish falcon, you know, of course, and then pierogi and naleśniki. And my grandma made beautiful pierogi and naleśniki. And that's what it looks like on that t-shirt, you know. And there's another version. I went through quickly and looked at the reference I saw, the Polish falcons, and just went and quickly would, redraw it. And it's just as simple as this, you know, just as simple as this. Like, find this little guy right here, lay him down, get some gross color to kind of contrast, and just start quickly outlining stuff. And if you look, it's that. They're just shapes, you know, they're just shapes. And if you go isolate these things, you know, they're just laid over that thing. And there's the guy back there, but when you see him pop out of there, there's your little guy. So we just made our own little version. Now, listen, it's tracing or whatever you want to call it, but we made our own little version of that guy. And I don't know if anyone's ever made, you know, a little crappy little Polish falcon that way. I don't know, you know. But when you go look at our t-shirt, that's ours now, you know, and it feels authentic to the brand. It feels authentic to the family maybe. Just with some quick little decisions. You can do a lot of cool stuff, you know, and be fast and not take it too seriously and, you know, yet make something cool. I was starting to go down this line of like all this kind of Kmart shit here, and it was just like, well, let's go just plop in a big old D logo. So let's go back here, go to my big old poster with all my logos, 666 of my favorite logos on that damn thing, for sale all day long at the Draplin Design Company. Come find it. And we'll just go find something here, and let's just see how it feels in there, you know. Let's just find a cool little D logo of some sort. I don't even know which one it would be. Let's just grab my grandma here. That's cool. There's my grandma Josie. Let's go back here. Let's put her in there, you know. There she is, you know, and it's just like this little thing. Acha mucha kacha. Now listen, it doesn't have to say, you know, Draplin family. It could say anything. You guys could make it just say, like we used to call her, Grandma Josie, you know, Detroit, Michigan. And then attention Kmart shoppers, but instead, you know, it could be, let me open a can of peaches, which I'm pretty sure that's what she said. The joke's always been made, but I'm pretty sure that's what she said. But there you go. There's like a little something for my grandma Josie too. Yeah, right? So, all right.